This is Kathleen Chiris from Buyer Agent Search, and I am talking with Jan Caslin, who recently sold her second home, and she decided to sell it by owner. And so we thought we'd just give y'all an idea of why she made that choice and some of the best things about it and some of the worst things, and whether she'd do it again. So, hi, Jen. Thank you for consenting to do this little interview.
Hi, Kathleen.
So, tell us a little bit about what went into your decision about deciding to sell your house by owner.
Well, one of the things was that when I decided to sell, word traveled fast that it was going to be for sale. And I got several phone calls from individuals who were interested in buying the property. Every one of them wanted to buy the property without a realtor because they'd had a lot of experience with it and they knew this wouldn't be necessary. And what I found out, it was quite simple. All we had to do is go to the title company and let them know that we were selling the house, and they did all the footwork on it. All we had to do was provide the current tax information and the agreement that I was willing to sell. And it was smooth as glass. There were no problems at all in this sale because everything had been correctly done paperwork-wise before I made that decision. And I would definitely do that again. This is the second time I've sold without a realtor, and the first time was 40-some years ago in California. And the realtor who was my friend assured me it would be just as simple to sell without him as with him. And he gave us the rules, we followed them, and we had everything done in a matter of weeks.
Okay, so awesome. So part of the reason it went smoothly is, number one, you did your homework, I guess, by making sure that you didn't have any surprises with your house.
That's correct.
And you also had a realtor friend that had helped you out before. You had experience of doing it before,
Yes.
and that helped a whole lot as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it definitely is the only way to go as far as I'm concerned. I would clearly do it again.
Okay. And now, how did you determine what was the right price to set it for?
We had two realtors come to evaluate what they thought the correct sale price would be for the property.
And they were able to do that as a free service, hoping
Yes.
that if it didn't work out for the for sale by owner part of it, you'd go ahead and maybe consider them to list it.
That's
with them.
correct. If I had decided to use a realtor, then I would have chosen one of them to do the job.
Okay, yeah. So that you were able to give them some kind of, in some ways, a compensation for their time, in that if it didn't work out, you were willing to work with one of them.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Now, did you end up just sort of circulating it around the neighborhood, or how did you get the word out that you were going to sell this property?
Yes, that's what I did. It was a small town, and I'd received a letter from someone who'd been eyeing the property for some time and wanted to be notified had I ever decided to sell. So I did notify that person, who brought a friend with her. She could not sell because she had lost, or she could not buy because she had lost her job, but her friend really wanted the property also. But in the end, her friend wasn't able to qualify, so that friend passed the word to two other people, and one of those people was the buyer.
Oh,
So we had to wait till someone could qualify
okay.
for the loan.
So, so you didn't even put it in the multiple listing service
Nothing.
with anything? You
No
just
advert.
mainly, as a small, how big was your town? Small town?
3,000.
3,000?
Yes.
Ah, so people all pretty much knew each other there, and I'll bet the
Yes.
idea about this kind of got spread pretty fast.
Yes, it didn't take long at all.
Yeah. Now, were you worried about the inspection phase? Because a lot of times, of course, buyers can get out of an offer when it comes time for inspection. And how did you deal with that?
I wasn't worried about it because I knew everything we had done had been done to code. So I had no issues that I thought could be potential problems.
Okay.
So I had no concerns at all, but it's definitely something that the seller needs to take care of before they go about trying to sell a property.
Right,
Make
making
sure everything's at code.
Yeah, and works well.
Yes.
Okay. And you, in terms of your timeline, it wasn't as if you had another house to buy, right? You just were selling this, so it was okay if things kind of went beyond maybe what your expected close date was.
Yes, absolutely. I didn't have any kind of a time factor rush, but the truth was it went very smoothly and it went quite quickly.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything you would say that went wrong?
Yes, there was one issue. My husband had passed away 7 years prior to this sale, and I had had a legal person take care of getting all the names changed, but the county did not have record of it, so I had to get another lawyer to double check it. But when he went into the back records, he did find that the other lawyer had done all the work, but somebody had fallen down on the job and failed to get it registered with the county. So it was done immediately. So that did hold things up a few weeks.
Okay. And the title company essentially took care of that, or did you have to hire somebody to, or a lawyer to make
Yes,
those
I did
corrections?
have a lawyer take care of that part.
Okay, okay. And you got what you expected out of the house then? Did they make multiple, or did they make different offers, or you just got what you wanted?
No, the offer was $10,000 less than I had planned to sell it for, and I accepted that offer. So we had no bartering at all, other than I accepted a $10,000 less offer.
Okay, because that was still within your comfort range of what
Very
you
much.
thought that the house was worth.
Yes,
Okay, and was
Yes.
that end offer pretty close to what the realtor said you should list it for, or was it
yes,
pretty close to that? What they
Yes.
said was a range of dollars that it would make sense that this property was worth given its
yes,
condition.
and I did sell in that range.
Okay,
So I wasn't trying to get an extra amount of money out of the property.
okay, and that's, I think, a real important thing for any seller is to not let your sense of what you think it ought to be worth be stronger than your sense of what really the market says it's worth, and you did that.
Absolutely, and that's why I had 2 different realtors come in to actually put an evaluation from their perspective on the property.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jan, for doing this. I really appreciate it. I'm sure other consumers who are out there who are thinking about selling their house will certainly take your words and think about what they want to do, and I sure appreciate your time.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.